The tourist pretended to take photos in the museum. He turned on his camera and aimed it at the national treasure. The camera could actually emit high-temperature rays. As the temperature rose, the museum's automatic protection system was activated, and the exhibits were sent into the underground warehouse. It turned out that he was assisting the man in stealing the national treasure. At that moment, the man was pouring invisible fluorescent powder into a cup, then soaking an antique coin in the water. After that, he packaged it in a gift box and gave it to the museum curator, who was very pleased. At this time, the curator received an alarm from the museum and hurried to the safe to enter the password. The fluorescent powder on her hand also fell on the keyboard. The man came to the entrance of the museum and pretended to take photos, taking a picture of the cleaner's work permit. After returning home, he replaced the photo on it with his own, forging a cleaner's permit. In the evening, the man disguised himself as a cleaner and entered the museum. He went to the restroom, took off his work clothes to reveal the suit hidden underneath. The man handed the curator a glass of champagne and took the opportunity to take the glass from the curator's hand. Then he poured out the champagne, went to the restroom, took out a cotton swab, dripped fingerprint extraction fluid on it, and applied it to the glass. Soon, the fingerprints on the glass appeared. The man put on fake fingertips, then matched and took the fingerprints, and successfully opened the elevator with the curator's fingerprints. He got into the elevator and immediately notified his accomplice. The accomplice hacked into the surveillance system, changed the live broadcast to video. The man came to the safe door and shone a fluorescent light on the keyboard, finding that the curator had pressed 5 keys in total. The accomplice used a cracking device to successfully find the correct password. The safe door was opened, and the man took out a screwdriver to remove the outer shell and stole the exhibits. However, just as he was about to leave, he was stopped by a woman. The man was very nervous, but soon he realized that this was just a souvenir shop. The man breathed a sigh of relief, paid the woman, and left the museum. However, the curator saw the man leave early and followed him up. Seeing the curator about to call the police, the man had no choice but to reveal the secret. It turned out that behind the exhibits was the location of a treasure, which was why the man came to steal the exhibits. The man applied some lemon water to the exhibits, and surprisingly, several hidden numbers appeared. These numbers seemed to be some kind of code, and to decode it, they needed to find the corresponding code book. The man learned from his father that the code book was stored in the museum, so they had to go to the museum to crack the clues. Soon, they had almost pieced together the code, but just at that moment, the man's arch enemy suddenly appeared in the museum and saw everything.